Welcome to Audible and Comics, where we break down comics featuring your favorite characters into smaller stories. All text and arts from the comic books are removed to uphold copyright laws, and all licensing and ownership belongs to the publishers, not myself. We always recommend supporting your favorite stories by purchasing them from the official links below or at your local comic book store. Enjoy. Now, this story is from the New 52 series, and you could also call it Earth 52 in the multiverse. So, yeah, let's jump in and learn how your favorite superheroes came together for the first time in this universe.
Even though we know them as the greatest superheroes now, there was a time when the world didn't call them that. We turn to a night 5 years ago, where GCPD is hunting the vigilante known as the Batman. The GCPD has pulled out all available artillery to hunt down the vigilante known as Batman, and someone that he's running after. Batman turns around and sees that the helicopters are preparing for an attack. Batman grabs his cowl as he rolls into a glide to dodge the bullets from the helicopter. Batman turns around midair and shoots off tiny rockets at the helicopters. The creature he was chasing stops and looks at Batman battling GCPD and turns to run away. Thankfully, though, they were just smoke rockets and not bombs. He may be hunted today, but this is still the city that he loves. Suddenly, a grapple hook goes through the creature's leg. Surely that creature didn't think he would get away from the Dark Knight, did he? Batman's grappling hook helps him catch up to the creature faster. Batman tackles the creature onto the next rooftop, pinning him to the ground. He has questions for this creature. What is it doing here in Gotham? What are its intentions? And just as he can begin to question the creature explodes! He may be the Batman, but he's still human. And that blast at point-blank range has left him injured. He needs to get up. Quick, the creature's approaching. The creature is quicker to the draw and starts pummeling Batman, who can't do anything. Suddenly, a giant fire truck rams the creature at full speed. A green fire truck on a rooftop in Gotham can mean only one thing. Hovering off the ground in front of him is the Green Lantern, who's having a hard time believing what he's seeing. Batman was supposed to be a myth. You're real? GCPD cuts their conversation short and attacks Batman again. Green Lantern easily deflects the incoming attack with his construct, wondering why they're so afraid of him. But Batman knows it's a necessary evil. But they both forget about the creature behind them, who attacks and then starts gathering energy. The creature shoots a helicopter into the sky, and Batman warns Lantern to move out of the way. Green Lantern uses his ring to save the GCPD officers, but the creature gets away, and Batman's tired of being distracted by the Green Lantern. Batman doesn't care if Green Lantern takes care of an entire space sector. He's following the creature into the sewers, with him or alone. Green Lantern follows Batman into the sewers, but come to think of it, he doesn't know what Batman's superpowers are. Batman, the world's greatest tactician, is holding Green Lantern's ring? You were concentrating. Green Lantern's had it, and he's about to show Batman what he can really do. But just then, they see the creature burrowing into the wall, and there's something in front of him. They see what the creature's handling, and it's a box, making a weird sound. Green Lantern thinks it's a bomb. Underneath Gotham, he has to stop it. Lantern, wait! The creature turns to them and says, "For Darkseid," and then explodes! At the speed of thought, Green Lantern built a bank vault to protect himself and Batman from the explosion. They find the box that the creature was carrying, undamaged. Green Lantern's ring, which has the knowledge of the ancient guardians who know everything, can't identify what the box is. Batman thinks that the box is an alien computer, and there's only one place they can go to get an answer from an alien: Metropolis. Metropolis isn't just home to Superman. Millions of people live there, and some of them are here tonight at a high school football game. This isn't just any game, though. The scouts are here to see the person scoring the winning touchdown. Victory Stone breaks through a double tackle as a ref blows the whistle. Touchdown! His teammates throw him on their shoulders to celebrate the win. He looks at the stand. It's not the scouts that he's looking for. It was that reserve seat that had been empty all game and was still empty. The announcer yells, "There's nothing Vic Stone loves more than football." Victor wants to take his talents to the next level. Victor's worked hard and has a bright future ahead of him, but all he gets is his father's voicemail. The entire high school knows what happened at the game, but the one person that Victor wanted to be there, all he can do is leave his dad a message. "We won tonight, Mom." Just then, Victor hears an aircraft outside. only to see a green fighter jet. It's another superhero sighting. The green aircraft fades as they both land. "You flew us to Metropolis in a glowing green jet?" But Lantern's feeling a little too confident. He locks Batman in one of his constructs as he prepares to enter the building where Superman is in, alone. And that's when a blue blur breaks through the rubble, knocking Green Lantern into the next building over. Exactly what Batman was afraid of. Superman emerges from the dust. He doesn't handle easy, and he's looking for answers. Elsewhere in Central City, Barry Allen is working in the crime lab, urging his boss to let him solve the robbery case he's convinced was a murder case. But no one's listening to him. They all want to catch the fastest man alive, the Flash. Green Lantern's still knocked out and Batman's tried everything. Gas, sonic grenades, and even tasers. Nothing's working on Superman. His belt's empty. Pinning Batman with a single hand, Superman takes the box that he saw the aliens carrying. He's convinced that Batman's part of it all, demanding answers as Batman runs out of air. Green Lantern jumps back into the fight, furious. But Batman wants them both to stop. But Green Lantern isn't listening. He was attacked first, and he's going to use his chains, no, his will, to hold down Superman. But Superman is amused. He shatters Green Lantern's chains in one move. Batman knows this is a fight that they're not going to win. He needs to calm Superman down. He's in a frenzy from his fight with the creature and begins attacking the two of them. Green Lantern shields them just in time from Superman's ground-shattering punch. They need somebody faster than Superman, and Green Lantern knows who to call. That's when his phone rings. It's the Green Lantern, and Barry told him not to call him here. "I really need you, pal." Lantern tells the Flash what's going on, how they're bouncing around Metropolis and how the shield is weakening. They need the fastest man alive. They need the Flash. Just then, Superman breaks through the shield. Superman winds back his arm, ready to deliver the finishing blow until the Flash arrives in the nick of time. Let me give you some breathing room. Barry spins Superman on the spot, making him weightless and light enough to send him flying with a push. Superman doesn't like being attacked and isn't happy. But Flash wants him to know that they're all on the same side here. Superman throws a right hook, a left hook. He's swinging multiple times a second, trying to catch the Flash, but he's the fastest man alive for a reason, and he's never been touched in a fight. Superman swings again, but misses by a couple of inches, and that's when he flicks his finger at Flash, and Barry is sent hurtling towards the cars on the street. Ow, he actually hit me. I guess it's the first time for everything. Green Lantern's ready to step in again and help his friend, when Batman intervenes. "Stop, Superman, please." Batman explains that they're not working with those monsters and were attacked just like Superman. They found the box on one of those aliens. All the fighting has attracted the attention of the military. Great, just what the Flash needs. Barry's never going to hear the end of it at the crime lab. Batman leads him down into the sewers to get away, but it's not the military that he's worried about. They still don't know where the box came from or what it's for. The Flash suggests that Green Lantern try to find any fingerprints or trace of DNA, giving away that he works at a crime lab. This is one of the most innocent Flash moments in the comic books, and Green Lantern lets Barry know that he's exposing his identity while using his first name in front of the others. And that's when the box starts glowing again, just like it did when it caused that loud boom. A giant boom takes place, and more of those monsters storm through the portal out of nowhere, swarming our heroes together, yelling, "For Darkseid!" Elsewhere in Metropolis, Victor Stone is furious that his father missed one of the most important games of his life for more work at the lab. He promised that he'd be there this time. Victor can get a scholarship. He's good at something, and he likes doing that, and he might even go pro. Silas doesn't care about that. He doesn't need scholarship money. Star Labs takes care of him just fine, and his son shouldn't be wasting time playing games. That's when Victor realizes his dad's never coming to one of his games. Their conversation's cut short when a lab assistant comes running into the room. The box, it's making that sound again. The box explodes with another burst of energy, and the lab assistant disintegrates where she stands. Silas was out of harm's way, and he turns to his son. "Victor!" Victor was completely scorched by the blast. His entire body is burned or blown away. Victor's colleagues find him. They ask him if they have to abandon the facility. But he already saw his wife die. He's not watching his son die too. He doesn't care about the monsters. He asks them to help him carry Victor into his lab, where he has technology from all over the world to save his son. Victor's body is scorching hot from the energy of the box. They put Victor down on a medical bed as he gains consciousness again. The pain is just too much. Silas decides he has to do something drastic, despite what his fellow scientists say. And just as he's about to pass out, he sees a vision.
Parademons flying around a mountain surrounded by flames and destruction. There's a being on top of the mountain, watching the destruction take place. Victor sees him, and he looks back, eyes glowing, and then Victor hears a sound from the box again. Visions, the burns, the promethium skin graft. It's all getting too much to him. Any normal human would have given in by now. His arm grew back. His legs too? The nanites are saving him, bonding the box's energy to his body. But who was in that vision? Meanwhile, his father can't do anything but watch. This was the only way to save his son, even though he had to sacrifice his humanity to save him. These are not the same hands that caught a football earlier that day. They're talking to him, saying there's data nearby and that it can learn from it. Metal wires shoot out of his hands and inject themselves into a nearby computer. Victor begins to see these memories, right there in front of him, all from the computer. Creatures burst through the door, and Victor needs to defend himself from these monsters. His hand begins transforming itself into a weapon, almost like it knew Victor was in danger, and it starts winding up. The weapon, that's now Victor's arm, blasts the creature away, and we see his new promethium armor, shining in silver. Victor can't believe he just did that his hand just did that. Almost like it read his mind. Victor knows that's a mirror in front of him, but he doesn't recognize who he sees. There's armor covering his entire body, and all he sees is half his face. The only way he knows he's still looking at himself. Tears streaming from his only human eye, he asks his father, what's wrong with him? What has he become? He's just another experiment to his father now. He begins running away from what he just saw. Running, that's what he did best on the football field. Maybe he just wanted to do something familiar. And that's when he hears a cry for help. Victor grabs the creature by the throat, and his armor begins extruding those wires again. This time, the computer they're connecting to is the box. Before he can help it, Victor is consumed by another vision, but this time, he learns the purpose of the boxes: to locate populated worlds with life and use their organic flesh. Beings, humanoids and otherwise, were harvested by a machine, transformed, mutated, only to be reborn as the Parademons, and they've been fighting for one cause: for Darkseid. He hears the box making that same noise in his head again. He has to get rid of it. Where is that sound coming from? And the voice inside his head responds. It's heard what Victor needs. It begins transporting him. Back in Metropolis, our heroes are swarmed by the Parademons, and they're learning it's not just happening in Metropolis, it's happening everywhere across the globe. That's when they notice they're not killing people, they're not eating them, but kidnapping them. Where are they taking them? And just when they're about to get overwhelmed again, another voice enters the battle. Back to Hades! We get the shot of Flash and Green Lantern pretty mesmerized, and Superman is surprised to see someone as strong as him in the battle. The heroes think they've scared off the Parademons, but Batman knows that's too good to be true. They're assembling over the ocean. A large explosion erupts out of the ocean as our heroes prepare for the next round. A giant tower emerges from the ocean. Is this another foe our heroes need to face? A monster approaches the heroes, but there's something sharp coming out of its stomach. A blonde-haired man pulls the trident out of the creature, demanding that it be put in charge. They learn that the Parademons are kidnapping people and taking them to that tower that burst out of the ocean. The King of Atlantis starts bossing them around. But Green Lantern's had a long day, and he's just about tired of being bossed around by everyone. And that's when the Parademons attack, once again, hailing the name Darkseid. Aquaman uses his powers to talk to creatures in the ocean. And then, out of the ocean, a bunch of sharks, bigger than anything we've seen, jump up and bite the creatures in half. But Aquaman isn't new to battle or slaying big monsters in combat. He impales one and slashes the other, all in one movement. Maybe he was qualified to be boss after all? The US military is confused and doesn't know who to attack, and they begin attacking our heroes. Wonder Woman is too fast as she parries each incoming bullet and redirects it to the creatures attacking them. Superman just wants to stop the helicopters, but the Flash wants to be a bit more careful. They are US soldiers after all, and they're all just doing their duty. But before they can think, before they can throw the next punch, our heroes hear another boom, and a portal opens, and another creature comes through, but this one looks different. Green Lantern grabs this creature using his ring. Aquaman realizes it's just a kid wearing some type of armor. It's Victor. The voice inside Victor's head teleported him here. And the box, he can still hear it pinging. That's when he says, he can hear him, that he's coming here, now. His answer is drawn out by another boom. louder than anything they've heard before.